Uh, Good morning, good afternoon. I guess I cut my own video, but from where I just showed you, I'll put these two videos together on my TikTok. But from where I was, I mean, can't get much better than this. I'm like, what, 2 feet from the water? And when we were teenagers, we used to come here and used to come up there, and we used to jump off there into the water, and then that other spot we used to jump. But a lot of these places are kind of blocked off for people because, I mean, it's not dangerous. It's just sometimes when you, I don't know how to politely say it, but when people do things that they probably shouldn't, is the reasons why things like this, places like this get blocked off or sort of blocked off to deteriorate people from coming in here. Because so that beach that I was on earlier, it is like literally right there. I believe it's right there, or right over. It's either there or right behind this big rock here. But yeah, I wasn't gonna make a video, but I figured, you know what? It's not even late. The sun's gonna be out for a lot longer, and this in particular is only about 15 minutes, maybe max, from the campsite. But it's pretty. And I just figured I'd come out here, and it was only an extra 100 meters or 200 meters or whatever. So, or no, because it's 200 meters where the gate is. So I'm not really sure. But yeah, this is just down from where we were the other day. So, but yeah, this is where they load to take the rapids. Like, they can go down a tube, and they don't do it up there because obviously there's falls, and there is some rapids up there, but I mean, unless you jump off of like anywhere between 60 feet and 80 feet, depending on how low the water is, you know, like that's why it's like somebody took the chain off, and I was it was still there when I came here 2 years ago, in the summer, and I was all excited because my buddy's like, "What the heck is that?" And I said, "We got to pull it up," and I said, depending on the color of the tags, you know, that tells us how deep the water is. So we just pull the chain up until we hit a flag, and then we have a rough idea of how deep the water is. But here it's deep, like most of so like this right here, there's more rock. There's like a rock ledge. I don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see it on the screen, but there's a rock ledge underneath. And usually the water in the summertime, like mid-July, maybe middle of August, the water's all the way down. It just depends, right? Like, because they can control how much flood of water that comes in here. And I'm actually going to move for a second from this spot. I'll just set my phone down somewheres. That's not close to the water. But yeah, this is like kind of the stuff. Oh, I gotta sit somewhere because it's not comfy. But yeah, I like to come here and sit, and it's very peaceful in this place. And once again, we're at Stamp Falls, and I've decided that anytime, because we usually go, like the camping places we go to, usually like this or Loon, like these are all on Vancouver Island, so it's just outside. These are places just outside of a town called Port Alberni, and it's so beautiful here. I wish I could face you guys and just face the water, because there's parts of the water that there's undercurrents and stuff at this time of year. They're really strong. It's pretty neat to watch and look at. Where's my footstool? There we go. But yeah, I figured I'd do one more video, and that will give me like Oh goodness, just from today, that's 6 days of 9-minute videos. And then that's, oh my goodness, a few for YouTube, because I'm going to put out 1 video per day on YouTube as well, but it has to be cut up into 3 minutes. But like over there, you can watch, it's fine, and then all of a sudden it starts to go nuts. There's undercurrents all over the place, because there's rocks all the way under, like rock ledges underneath all this stuff. And for instance, that rock and the one right over here, this back one back there, it's so low, like it's probably 5 feet from the water. So when we used to come out here, the kids used to jump off that one and then jump off of this one, and then they go up, and now, like, due to people getting hurt, we can't jump off the old cliff that we used to. I mean, you probably could, but you might get in trouble, so it's not worth the risk of getting a fine or something like that. But you know, I don't know, I want to make more content, and it's hard sometimes to, you know, it's almost like writer's block, you know, like you, in the Holy Spirit, you know, when I'm out here, it's totally different. There's no people out here, it's completely quiet besides me yapping, you know, like it's just so beautiful, and it gives me time to like think, and it gives me time to read the word. And not that I don't do that at home, but I'm not in the noise. I'm not in the city or in a town, you know what I mean? Like it's not the same thing. That's why I encourage people to go out into nature, like whether, you know, find some trails. Like, who cares if it's a walking trail, you know, whether that means you've got some headphones in, put some worship music on, or you have the Bible playing, you know, and just go for a walk. Like, in nature though, go somewhere where there's like a walking path, or, you know, or here, or, you know, there's other places. Like I said, when we go camping in other spots, you know, especially when we go to Hornby Island in the end of the summer, I'm going to do the same thing there. But I don't know how exactly I'm going to do it, because I don't know if I have enough memory on my phone to do that many videos. Because Hornby Island, like, I'd want to record from where we leave from Denman, the ferry ride, because it's only like a 10-minute ferry ride over to Denman, and then from Denman to Hornby, because Hornby is a beautiful place. And I used to call it the Mexico of BC, because it's so beautiful, white sand. Like, there's when the tide's out, you can walk around you can go around the edge, and then by the time you get out there, you got to stay out there and wait for the tide to come, because by the time you get out there, the tide starts coming in. If you don't time it right, like, you only have to wait like an hour or two or so, like that. I can't remember, it's a couple hours that you got to wait, but that will come up later, like at the end of summer, when I make that video. But just remember that, like, we can give all our worries, all our fears, all our doubt, we can give it to God. You know, like I said, to love thy neighbor as thyself. I no problem loving the neighbor, but it's like God showed me that, you know, basically, if you truly don't love your neighbor, why? Because you haven't learned to love yourself enough. And because I said, from my past, pride and arrogance and ego comes out of it. I don't want that. And that's why it's important for me to talk about this, so other people understand that you just give it to God. Simple. Like, okay, it's not that simple, but you know what I mean. Like, give it to God, and let the Holy Spirit teach you how to love yourself, so pride doesn't come out of it. Don't put any of your opinions or anything in it. Just let God and the Holy Spirit, just let the holy presence of God just lead you completely, you know. And if you question it, ask for confirmation. I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching my content. Have a wonderful day.